So back in October, I had an idea, and this idea was so crazy that it felt absolutely impossible to do by myself. But the problem was I knew that I had to do it by myself because there was no amount of explaining I could have done to get someone else fully understanding the vision and get them on board to help me. So it was really scary, and I made a video of me actually kind of honestly trying to figure out and mentally work through how I was going to do this. And this idea was to start a company that takes this scary thing that's AI, that's super overwhelming, and it's honestly like it was like a dragon in my mind. It was so scary, and I was like, how do I make a company that helps me make my small little impact to the world to course correct AI towards good and to help people. So that was the mission, right? I was trying to figure out how could I do that. And it turns out I have this business where I actually do asset recovery, and I help people that were going to be throwing away stuff get some money for it on consignment. So I really wanted to at first just make a tool that generated products with AI, so I don't have to work so much. Like I was generating products by myself. I was manually doing it all by myself. I started to use ChatGPT to try to do titles, and I was looking into the AI tools that were out there at the time, and they were lackluster, and they still are. They're lackluster, and the accuracy is not great because they were heavily relying on pictures, and there's nuance with pictures. There's problems with pictures. There's no user inputted data that makes it 95 to 100% accurate. And I was just seeing all of these problems. I was like, hey, this is not going to work. Like, these title structures suck. Like, what is going on here? Like, I need to make a tool that does perfect titles, perfect descriptions, perfect eBay item specifics. But how the hell am I going to do this? So I realized I had to learn how to code during this hyper accelerated time, right? And I said on the video that I was gonna live stream, and I did. I started live streaming every single day, starting out coding, like typing in how to code, like 0 XP, like no idea what I was doing, and people were coming in and they didn't understand. Like they're like, "What are you trying to make?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm trying to make a multi-channel software that makes products, but you can list it everywhere and it syncs the quantity." No one knows what that is. Like hundreds of people were going to live streams. They didn't even know what I was making, and I couldn't really explain it to them because I didn't even know how to freaking code. I was like, I want to show you, but I can't figure this out. So then thankfully some people came in and they pointed in the right direction. So then I started coding, and I really got into it. And I was eating, sleeping, dreaming, waking up, coding like all the time. And I got really into it because it was like a loop of work and reward, and features were being made, and I was just like, oh my God, this is crazy. And the stack was coming together. So for a whole month until Halloween in October, I coded every single day, nonstop, all day, every day, until I completely burned out. And these other guys with the other AI tools, they're behind the scenes hyping me up. They're like, yo, this is great. You're doing awesome stuff. But at the same time, you're not going to really do what you're setting out to do. Like, you're not going to make a full-blown platform. But you'll make something cool. And, like, okay. I get why you're saying that. If I were to do something like this, it would really hurt your business. So I understand. All good, whatever. But that just set kind of a fire into my ass. I was like, okay, after this burnout, I'm going to get back into it. So I had to stop streaming, and I had to go off the grid, and I had to just grind. And the way that looked for me is I actually went to Japan. So I went like a nomad with a backpack to freaking Japan just to learn about what Steve Jobs tapped into when he was my age. And he figured out how ultra minimalistic products and services were in the East, and how like there's no trash cans in all of Japan or like Tokyo, and these ryokans are super nice. Like I went to Steve Jobs' favorite ryokan, heavily inspired. Like, I mean, this shirt's like $200. It's just like a vintage shirt, fully dove in to his his experience because I really wanted to make a software that just worked and was playful and fun. So that's what I set out to do. And in Japan, I updated the UI design to be super simple. So you don't have to have several people freaking onboarding you to this software. It can just be you figuring it out yourself. And that's super cool. What ended up happening is, guys, I coded several hours a day for several months, and I never stopped. And up until now, I've been fully obsessed with this thing, and I am happy to say that as of now, Kaizen Seller is done. It is ready to go. You can go on there right now, look at the pricing tab, and then send me contact me, and I'll actually personally get you onboarded to Kaizen Seller. And why would you want to be onboarded to this thing? Well, let me just show you guys. So the AI product generation is better than anybody. It's faster than anybody has ever created. Like it's the best of the best. eBay specifics. It fills out all of the eBay specifics that it can find. Perfect eBay category out of 20,000 eBay categories. Amazon fully fills out Amazon. It's not automatic for ASINs yet. I want to get that integrated somehow to actually find the right ASIN. So that's a feature I want to add soon. But it does fill out everything for Amazon. So you just put in an ASIN, then you can list on Amazon. Google Shopping and BigCommerce, they're kind of connected a little bit, but because you can run Google Ads on your website, right? But both of those sales channels are integrated, and it's full SEO, metadata, all that good stuff is in URLs. It's perfect SEO. Like, guys, I get 30,000 people that visit my website every month on chasesurplusinc.com because of good SEO from Kaizen Seller. And all essentially, there's a lot more features, guys. So that's the AI product generation, right? Goes in. You essentially the way the whole flow works is, because I have a consignment business, I have these projects that were on Google Sheets before, and everything you see here is a company that gave me stuff. They gave me parts, and I have a Google Sheets with all of their information on it. Well, I recreated Excel and Google Sheets in my tool, and you can actually go in there and make a project, not just for consignment, but you can make a project for purchased inventory, and where you actually can go in, and when you're processing these parts, you can go into the project spreadsheet, and you can actually input in the input mode, which makes it super simple. It's only the columns you need, which is title, which all you put is brand, part number, quantity, and condition, and it's automatically new. You can change it to used if it's used. And the reason why I have you do that is that's the one piece of data that you want to have right, because let's say the picture is covering the label. The AI is not going to be able to see what it is. So what you need to be able to put brand, part number manually into the spreadsheet project, so there's a backup. 1, 2, the AIs can actually generate the product with 100% accuracy, and it'll actually fix if you mess up. It can use the first 3 pictures of each product, and if it notices it's different in the label, it'll fix your mistake too. So it's a symbiotic relationship with the AI. It's helping you, you're helping it, and it's a Jidoka automation. It's automation with the human touch, and that's the absolute best way to list the highest quality listings online. By far, all the other tools got this wrong. Definitely Spadeberry got that wrong. You don't want to just use and rely on pictures. It's stupid. It doesn't make any sense. And once you put in that information, right, the brand, the part number into the project and the quantity, then you can go to actually generate the products, and you dump in all the pictures. And the way you do the pictures is in order. Make the first picture really good, right? Then you do all the other pictures. And then if you actually take a picture of a label, with like a sticker with a number on it for your SKU, if you'll click one button, and it'll auto sort and detect those number labels and sort it into those SKUs automatically. So it's pretty much making blank products that you can actually go in, click a spreadsheet, and it'll automatically pull the data that you've been putting into the spreadsheet in the project into the generation. So all the brand and part number, it goes all the it can be a dump of just random data. It'll pull brand part number out of that data dump, and then it'll have the quantity in there. And while you're going through to double check, if you want to like lot it up, right? You want to do lot of 10 instead of quantity of 10. You can do quantity of 1 and then change it to lot of 10. It'll automatically add that to the title and change it on the spreadsheet. So it's all symbiotic. It's all connected to each other. And and then pricing. If you skip pricing, it'll do pricing for you. But there's different strategies, and I'm trying to figure out the best way to do pricing, because honestly, guys, that's the hardest thing to do with these softwares. The pricing is tough. And I tried my absolute very best to do what I do for the first strategy, which is undercut the lowest, the same item in the same condition on eBay, the lowest priced one by $1. That's how I usually price all my stuff. So I have that in there, but I still manually price every single item. And that's the only manual work that I do. Because if you really think about it, I mean, I have employees that take pictures of products, and all I do every Friday is I just dump all of the images into the AI generation tool, and then it makes the products. And I just manually price. That's the only thing I do. That's the only manual work that I freaking do. But once it actually generates the product, then it goes into the catalog, which shows every item, what sales channel it's listed on. And obviously it won't be listed on anything once you first generate all the products. You can select 100 of them or 1,000 of them at a time, and list them all on eBay all at once, all on Amazon. If you have ASINs, manually added in for now, and then automatically list on Google Shopping and BigCommerce if you want to list them all on there, and connect your website. So that way you have a website, you have eBay, you have freaking Amazon, you have Google Shopping to run Google Ads. That's a good starting point. I want to add way more sales channels. Walmart, Mercari, freaking, ThredUp, like even for clothes. I want to have all of those sales channels on here. So I'm working on that. I'm adding new sales channels all the time. But now that the inventory's in there, right? And I'm sorry, guys, there's so many features I'm trying to go through here and give a full overview scope of what the heck I made, because it's so, oh man, there's just so much. But once they're on there and they're synced and they're listed, if you have any products that are on eBay that are not in the tool yet, you can pull them from eBay or from Amazon or from your website into the tool and link it together, so you can have existing products. It's linked. Now the source of truth for quantity is Kaizen Seller. So if something sells from one channel, it'll automatically within 15 minutes update on the other sales channel. You can see this. You can see exactly what it's doing. There's a log of the syncing for all of the inventory, and it updates the project spreadsheet. By the way, there's an order section in the spreadsheets for your project that shows all the orders and the inventory, because what happens when it sells is all of the orders go into the orders tab, right, from every sales channel. What you can do is there's a direct integration with ShipStation. So you can go on ShipStation, click one button to refresh. It'll populate all of your orders, and if you ship out on ShipStation, it'll fulfill the order in Kaizen Seller, add the shipping cost to make the profitability perfect to the cent, to actually give you the perfect profit number of exactly what ad spend you spent on eBay, because you can do that. By the way, you can do promoted listings on Kaizen Seller for eBay. It's insane. You can't do that on Seller Cloud, by the way. Anyways, so what you can do is you get that number, right, and automatically fills and updates the quantity on the spreadsheet with the exact profit you made. So at the end of the month, you can click one button and send a full sales report to your client on consignment. And I do it every month. I send out like $20,000 worth of checks through Kaizen Seller, and it automatically emails them the sales report. And they can see the project, and the overview of their project with graphs and all that good stuff. With a link, you can do a share link and just send it to them. But all of it's automatic. You can set up the emails to be automatic. It's automatically making the sales reports, and I trust it to the cent. I send out $20,000 a month because I trust Kaizen Seller that much. I know it's exactly perfectly accurate to the cent. So I'm not just saying these things. I live it every single month. On the 16th, I send checks out and I use Kaizen Seller, and it automated so much. So yeah, ShipStation is integrated. And then let's say, I hope I haven't skipped over anything. There's just so much. But yeah, you can fully ship out all the orders. It'll fulfill the orders in all the sales channels for you. It'll bring the tracking in and everything. And with ShipStation, you can ship out freight. So if a big item, you can ship out freight. Pretty nuts. Let's see. So let's say you want to get more product. What you can do is you can actually go into the CRM. I have a full-blown CRM in this tool where you can have your full database and prospective client data from Apollo IO. So there's an integration with Apollo where you can actually just import a full-blown data export out of Apollo IO into Kaizen Seller to flood your CRM, and you can track when you see them in person, when you send phone calls, and when you email them. And of course, you can send emails automatically through the CRM with custom emails with signatures for your emails. All that full-blown email, Gmail inside the tool. You can just send emails automatically, like 80 at a time or whatever. You could. I don't even think I have a cap for it. I really should, but I got to add one. But yeah, like what I do is every day I send 80 emails to 80 different companies using data from Apollo IO, and it automatically sends it in a randomized time, so it looks like a human sending them, so you don't get hit with spam. And it's fully integrated with Gmail, so it's not going to be hitting people. It's going to be actually hitting people's inboxes, and as long as you don't run it up too crazy, you'll be just fine. And as long as people are opening up the emails, if it's a good email, you'll be good. But yeah, full-blown CRM. What I want to integrate is LinkedIn. So you can actually do an API with LinkedIn to automatically send messages to people to their LinkedIn, which is connected to their data on Apollo IO. I mean, you get their LinkedIn. So that's the next thing I'm going to add to the CRM. I have a cool map of the whole United States to show me how many companies I have active that I'm working with, which is kind of cool. Just to see like this full scope of my business. Like, hey, I'm out here really working with like 10 different freaking states in the United States, which is super cool. And yeah, that's kind of full broad scope. And you can see there's another tab called Overview where you can see exactly to the cent how much money you've made this month with the cost of the products. If I really get into it, I could also add in, like, you could put in your expenses and stuff like that. I'm sure I could set up like QuickBooks and all that in the tool. Up until now, I've coded this whole thing by myself. But yeah, guys, so I have many ideas. There's so much I want to do with this tool. And I didn't know what to price it at, right? I was like, okay, it's working, it's good, it's amazing. It's just, it runs my whole business to the point where I used to work 12 to 15 hours a day every day for nonstop. And now I work 4 hours on Monday, 4 hours on Friday, just because I have people that I hired to manually do the work of taking pictures and inputting into Kaizen Seller. And I'll show a clip of them doing that. They have Kaizen Seller open every single day. They're inputting the information. And all I do is just download the pictures to OneDrive from the iPhones that they use to take pictures, and I import it into the tool, and I make products. And the way the tool's set up, it's helping you guys do that same funnel. I mean, if you have a different workflow, I'll make it custom for you. I mean, I didn't know what to do with this. I don't know what to price it at, but I knew I could price it at whatever I wanted because I made it myself. I have no investors, or refuse to have investors, which is crazy because every software seems to freaking try to get investors nowadays. But I made the whole thing myself, so I can price it at whatever the hell I want. And I decided I was really struggling. I thought about $1,000 a month. Literally, I was thinking that. Um, but what I ended up doing is $98 a month, and you get a free month. And it does go up. It's not 98 forever. But the highest tier is $488, so just under $500, and that's for people doing over 600 orders a month. So if you're making over like $60,000-$70,000 a month, $500 a month to run your whole business off of my tool. I don't think anybody's gonna have a problem with that. If you do, let's say you hate the tool after 2 or 3 months, you hate it, email me. I will give you a full refund because that's how much I believe in this tool. And again, free full month. And I'm going to personally be onboarding every single one of you to this tool. And Tech and Sports, if you're watching this, I want to give you a demo. And all the YouTubers out there that I've met and resellers in the community, I want to reach out to you guys because this is an enterprise level tool that I'm selling for hundreds of dollars a month. It's pretty insane. Out of principle, I'm doing that because Seller Cloud has 36 freaking software engineers and $100 million, and they still made a shitty tool. And it's because of greed. It's because of private equity firms. And I came in here and I'm like, hey, this is really not that hard with Claude and with the way AI is going. I can make this better than any of these other tools. And I just want to help people. And it takes a lot of time, though. I've spent thousands of hours on this. So people have been telling me, don't undercut yourself. But I'm like, I want to just give it away. Like, they're like, no, no, no. So I found a middle ground. Starts at $98 for 100 or less orders a month. If you're doing 200 orders a month, after the first paid month, which everybody, no matter what the volume is, so free month, then you'll be on the starter, $98 a month. And then the second paid month, whatever your actual volume is, because I can see with the orders, it'll just bump up. So let's say you're doing 400 orders a month. I believe it's like $200 or $300 a month, which is totally reasonable. I mean, at that point, you're doing $30,000 or $40,000 a month is the idea. And I'm not charging by listing. That's the thing. It's by order. So that's where it's way different than any of the other tools, because I can see your orders. I'm going to price it based on how much money you're actually making. I'm not going to charge you more money unless you're making more money, because I can directly see that. So super cool. I'm glad I'm able to do that. And yeah, so, oh man, it's just, yeah, honestly, it's really crazy how well it, oh man, it just turned out really good. I'm just so happy to be able to share it with other people because I've loved making this thing. It's honestly been the best just progression in my life, and going to Japan and just being fully immersed in this thing. It's really been a good time and a good experience, and I just want to share it with other people and help them stop working as well, because even and hire less people. You don't have to be out here struggling because it's so tough right now, and it works. I mean, it's enterprise level. The first customers I had are some of the biggest asset recovery companies in the whole country. They have like 50,000 items, some of these guys, and it handles it. It'll load 50,000 items in your catalog in 600 milliseconds. I mean, it's really, really good. And it's safe, it's secure, it's bulletproof. If anything goes down, I get a text and an email. The syncing is every 15 minutes, no matter what. It'll never go down, so you never have to worry about overselling. And there's backups of everything. There's sell history, just like Google Sheets, so you can see exactly if something changes. You know exactly what happened. There's a checklist, alert side of the overview tab where you can see if something goes wrong, a sync goes wrong. You can see exactly when something breaks, and it doesn't break. It works. I made it bulletproof. Over these several months, I've become a software engineer, and I've actually been able to create a software that's super safe in the database, in all your user data. It's not going anywhere. There's backups of absolutely everything. Literally, a nuke would have to hit all of America for you to lose your product and user data. and like the Google headquarters would have to have blown up. So your data is in safe hands. I I fully rely on this thing every day. My whole business runs off of it. And honestly, guys, if you use it for a month and all you do is generate products with AI, that's fine because it's better than all the other ones. Like, hey, these other guys are like what, this around the same price, anyways. So you go on there, you can just generate products, list everywhere, not just eBay. You can list on every single sales channel that I've added, and it's always there. Like you can just stop using it in a month, and I'd be totally fine. Hey, you just made, I just helped you to do 500 products, and you didn't like the tool, totally fine. But I think you're gonna like it, and you're gonna really rely on this thing. And any possible idea that you have to make it better, let me know. Any integration you need, I will do it for free. I'm not going to charge you thousands of dollars like SellerCloud does for custom integrations just to do stupid little API things. If you have a drop shipping arrangement with some dude in Florida and he ships on whatever software, I could set up an API to actually receive those tracking numbers into Kaizen Seller to fulfill the orders for you. There's a lot of different ways to do this. I mean, yeah, like I have that set up right now. I $100,000 last year in Eaton stuff on Amazon for a company I work with because they contractually can't list that stuff on Amazon. So what I have it set up to do is order comes in because I have it listed, right? Automatically the order gets sent to their whatever their system is. Right now it's SellerCloud, so I set up their system and the order goes all the way to their SellerCloud automatically, and they ship it out through their, I think it's like Ship Hero. The tracking number automatically gets sent to Kaizen Seller, and it automatically fulfills in the sales channels, right? So that's a full drop shipping arrangement, and it's automatic. I don't have to do absolutely anything. I make 12% on that. So I made like $10,000 to $20,000. I did absolutely no work because it's a fully automated drop shipping arrangement API. But I'm willing to do that for people. Because it'll make the tool better, it'll make me smarter, it'll make everything will improve, and everybody wins. And absolutely nobody is offering that. And I think it's stupid because I want to be the best. I want the tool to be the very best. And why would I charge you thousands of dollars for having a good idea? No, thank you for the good idea. Now I can make a better tool. That's how I look at things. So as long as your timeline isn't super tight, just let me know if you have something you want me to integrate, and I'll do it for you for your specific account. And if it's really good, I'll make it live for everybody. And I'm just really looking forward to all the feedback you guys have, and I'm going to be personally working with all of you to set this up. And yeah, it's just really turned out really good, and I'm really happy about it. And I can not wait. I'm like jumping out of my skin to tell you about it. So thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much for being on this journey with me. And I really look forward to hearing from you and helping you guys set this up. Thanks so much. And yeah, take care. Until next time. Peace.